Okay, when you write the inequality for each system, if you look at number 7, over here for number 8, you're going to have to write the inequality. I am going to show you how they write the inequality for each one. So the first thing you want to do is look at this line that's red, and you want to figure out, okay, where do they start? They started at 0. So the y-intercept for this equation is 0. Then you want to figure out, okay, I'm going to follow this line and I'm going to see where it intersects perfectly. So I'm going to go up, 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 and I think it intersects perfectly right here. So I'm going to count. How did I get from here to here? They go up 1, 2, 3, and over 1, 2. So that's where this equation comes from. So that's 3 over 2x plus 0. So next you want to say, okay, this is right here is a solid line. So it's going to have an inequality with a line underneath it. And it looks like this portion was shaded above. So it's going to be greater than or equal to. So when you're looking at lines, you always start on the y-axis. So moving on from the red line to the blue line, we're looking at the y-axis. All right, where does this start? This starts at 0. So we know so far that the ending number is 0. Well, this line is completely flat, right? If it's a completely horizontal line, then it's going to be y and then a number. We need to figure out what that number is. So it starts on 0 on the x. So that's 0x. And then it starts at 4 on the y. So it's 0x plus 4, which anything times 0 is just 0. So it's going to be y4. And then you want to look at the line. The line is completely solid. And it's not shaded above. It's shaded below. Okay. Because this is the region where it's double shaded. They just erased, in these figures, they're just going to erase the additional shading that doesn't work with the system. So this is going to be, this is going to be less, y is less than. And for this one, you want to make sure that it's either a solid or a dashed line. To me, this one looks like a solid line. So I would put a line underneath it. If it was a dashed line, I would not put a line underneath it. So that's how they come up with these equations or inequalities for each of these. So when you do number 8 on your own, you're going to start the equations by doing the first blue line equation and the second green line equation. And you're going to figure out where does it cross the y-axis first in order to figure out what the equation is. So you figure out where it crosses the y-axis, and then you do the same thing that I did over here. I found out where it crossed the y-axis, and then I kind of moved up the line to figure out where did it intersect with the grid perfectly. And then I calculated by counting how many I went up and how many I went over in order to figure out what the slope is so that I could write the equation. So you're going to write the inequality for this system right here. You want to not forget to do dashed and solid lines.